Hello everybody and welcome back to Simulate Gaming and welcome back to Thornton Farm. Now today, as you can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are working for Dodgy Declan again. Now today's a bit different. We're not actually doing anyone's lawn. Oh gosh, that's a bit bumpy. We're not doing anyone's lawn as per se. In fact, Declan told us that this is a very, very big project today. So what we are using today is, we're not using the Unimog, but we've got the Unimog to tow stuff. We've got, why won't you stop? We've got the John Deere, I forgot the model number of this one, bear with me. 5115M with the mower deck on it, of course. We've got the, I can't remember what brand that is, I'll show you in a minute, but we've got a little flat deck mower as well. We've got Declan's Kubato with the sipper mower on the back. We've got Declan's T4 with a forager on the back. Now, I forgot we actually had the Unimog, so we could have actually used the Unimog to do stuff as well, but there we go. So we're just coming up on location now. Now, we're not actually doing, like I said a sec ago, we're not actually doing a lawn today. We're actually doing an old abandoned windmill. Now, the story behind this is that, can we turn this corner? That's the first story. Years. Basically, this has been abandoned now for a few years. It's starting to get a little bit derelict. And as you can see by the sign there, the land is actually for sale. So the current owners have asked, well, I said me, but they've asked Declan to come in and, why won't this open? There we go. Yeah, they've asked Declan to come in and sort the grass out so they can probably get, you know, actually sell it off because it looks a little bit derelict at the moment. Now, I thought it was just this, so I told Declan no worries, but it turns out the mill has got a back garden as well. So this is going to take a while, that's for sure. It's not going to be your standard lawn care episode, but there we go. So who's actually selling this? It is the council. Okay, so it's the council that's got us in here today. So we'll do them a solid. I'm not sure why they didn't get their own mowing team in, sort of thing. Their own, come on in, landscaping team in, but there we go. So let's turn around here. We're going to park actually in front of the mill. I think that's going to be the best thing to do here. The T4 is actually stuck, so we'll have to save that in a minute. Good start. So that will do there. Now, why is this stuck? Take this off, follow me. There we go. I don't know why he was stuck, he just refused to go anywhere. So what bothers me is we've got quite a small forager. So not really sure how this is going to work. We may have to dump it off and then come back with a bigger trailer later on with a front loader and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to have, this is, we've got a Billy Bob in the, wait, what are we driving today? I haven't even made up my mind. Okay, we're going to drive the Kubota, and Declan can be in his T4. He wants us to help. We're having the first pick a tractor. That's the agreement. Let's take this off, follow me. Awesome. Now, if people are still asking for this Kubota, it is in the mod list. It's called Kubota something. I'm not even joking. I put it in there as Kubota something because I didn't know the model number. The model number is a bit ridiculous. It's the 135GX, so a bit of the mouthful. Right, let's get this off. Now we're going to be using the 5115 for like the outskirts and the edges. What we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the T4 right now. We don't need this just yet. There we go. Awesome. Now we need to go and get this, I forgot the proper name for these. I think they're called, oh, I cannot remember. Please let me know in the comment section below what this type of deck's called. I think it's called a bush, something to do with the bush. Can't remember. I do apologise. We don't really get these that often where I'm from, so go ahead and collect that. Now, there is a problem with this one, and I have sort of fixed it. We need to connect the PTO separately, but obviously that conflicts with the manual attach. So what we need to do is, there we go. You just need to basically move to the left until it disappears from the info section. Sorry. Bit confused today. Right, so that is that one ready to go. So we can put that one over here ready to shift. So we're going to go right behind the Kubota, I reckon. So now we're going to take the Kubota over here. We're going to lower and unfold the rear mower like this. Awesome. So you can turn that on. Turn this one on, you can see the RPMs go up, and we are ready to go. We're finally mowing. Now, As long as the T4 behaves, this should work out okay. Right, okay, so we've just finished up on the front lawn there. The T4 is just doing another lane because he fell a little bit behind, but he should catch up in a second. So what we're going to do is divide this part into half here, this back piece. We're going to divide this into two, because Dodgy Declan did ring, and apparently not all of this belongs to the mill, so we're not going all the way down. So we just need to basically work out exactly what the mill own, sorry, not earn. Why did I say that for? It's going to be a little bit hard to work that out, but they 100% obviously own this half, so we're going to start with this half until Dodgy Declan gets back to us. And then after this, we also need the windrow. Now, I'm not sure if Dodgy Declan actually owns a windrow. He hasn't told me yet. He may have one in his warehouse or something, but if not, we can just go get ours from the farm and lend it to him, sort of thing. Okay, so the T4's finally only just joined this backfield. A little bit far behind. I might let him catch up, but we're on a roll, so I don't really want to do that. I didn't really plan that very well, so we'll have to come back and get this corner in a second. Come on. Straighten up. There we go. So yes, it's not like Dodgy Declan, like again. Okay, so like I said again, it's not like Dodgy Declan to do big jobs like this, but I'm assuming this one's well paid, because he's got all of his big equipment out. He bought the forager, or else we just let it, you know, disintegrate into the grass sort of thing. But yes, we will be picking up most of it today. Maybe not all of it. We'll do our best. We'll do the front garden especially, because that's what you can see from the main road and stuff. Let's turn it over like that. Also guys, I got a big announcement. I'm going to be saying this over the next couple of videos for the people that haven't seen maybe one in particular video, but Thornton Farm is now for sale. We put it up for sale. FS17's just around the corner, so I think pretty much time to wrap up Thornton Farm now. I think we're touching on, like, I'm not even sure what it is now. I think we're on for like 30-something episodes, nearly 40 episodes, which is crazy. That's the longest series I've ever done. So yes, Thornton Farm is now for sale. I'm going to be going to a place for the last couple of weeks, which is a personal favourite of mine. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. So we've only got a couple more episodes left here on Thornton Farm, so if there is something you want me to do on Thornton Farm, let me know in the comments section below and we'll get that sorted. Because not only has it been going for quite a long time, performance-wise, Thornton Farm is now giving me really, really bad FPS because of the vehicle XML file. For those of you that don't know, the vehicle XML file just builds up everything. Everything from your actual vehicles, to your attachments, to your bales, to placeable heaps, to, you get the idea, to potatoes, to pallets. Everything is inside the vehicle XML, so basically that is now so hectic that it's actually giving me bad FPS, so yes, we will have to get rid of that, unfortunately. Once again, it's not something I wanted to do, but that's why there hasn't been much videos on Thornton Farm lately. I've been trying to fix it, but it's just unfixable at this point, unless I start again, which is pointless. So yes, Thornton Farm is for sale. Hopefully we'll get that sold in the next couple of days. And we'll move on to our new/old farm. All will make sense very, very soon, don't worry about that. Right, so is this guy actually following us still? Yes, yes he is. Now what we need to do is it's getting a little bit more tight now, so we're just going to come out here like this. And then go back into it like this. Come on T4, you can do it. You can do it. Right, okay, so we've just finished up on the front lawn there. The T4 is just doing another lane because he fell a little bit behind, but he should catch up in a second. So what we're going to do is divide this part into half here, this back piece. We're going to divide this into two, because Dodgy Declan did ring, and apparently not all of this belongs to the mill, so we're not going all the way down. So we just need to basically work out exactly what the mill own. Sorry, not earn. What did I say that for? It's going to be a little bit hard to work that out, but they 100% obviously own this half, so we're going to start with this half until Dodgy Declan gets back to us. And then after this, we also need the windrow. Now, I'm not sure if Dodgy Declan actually owns a windrow. He hasn't told me yet. He may have one in his warehouse or something, but if not, we can just go get ours from the farm and lend it to him, sort of thing. Okay, so the T4's finally only just joined this backfield. A little bit far behind. I might let him catch up, but we're on a roll, so I don't really want to do that. I didn't really plan that very well, so we'll have to come back and get this corner in a second. Come on, straighten up. There we go. Okay, so like I said again, it's not like Dodgy Declan to do big jobs like this, but I'm assuming this one's well paid because he's got all of his big equipment out. Right, so me and Declan just had a idea, which is going to half our workload. So where is Declan? Okay, he's currently tailing behind over there. So what we're actually going to do is get the John Deere out as well. And although we're using 3 different types of mowers, this is Declan we're on about. Oh, we left the Mercedes on. Let's turn that off. There we go. So yes, although we're using 3 different types of mowers today, Dodgy Declan is obviously a little bit dodgy, so he'll use exactly what he can get his hands on at the time. And I don't think it bothers him either, so there we go. We're going to go ahead and get this on to follow me as well. There's the T4. Right, we'll get this on to follow me on an offset. Right, so now all 3 of us are finally off working. We've got Billy Bob there in the John Deere, we've got Declan in the T4, and we're in the big, beautiful Kubato, because we get first dibs, obviously. So this is taking a long time, but hopefully it should take a lot less now. We've got 3 mowers on the case. And he said the job then, whatever, case job, whatever. We're just going to go and get what the John Deere missed while we were setting it up. Bit messy once again. There's no actual method to this because we're just mowing essentially. No pretty patterns, nothing. They just literally want the grass cut and done with. So what we're going to do now actually is just come straight down. That should be a big enough headland. So we're going to come right down here and then begin our lengths. They're really falling behind. Of course, this tractor has a lot more horsepower than both of those 2 put together, so there we go. Can't expect much. So we might even be able to lap them in a second. Now we're going to use the John Deere afterwards to get like the bits like that next to the masts and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not sure what the council are selling this for. I don't know if they're selling the mill or whether they're just selling the land. I'm pretty sure the mill is listed, is a listed building, so I don't think anyone could knock it down, but there we go. Let's go ahead into here. In fact, is the John Deere dropping grass? Doesn't look like it. We could probably turn that on, actually. Let's see if we can turn that on a second. So here we are in the John Deere. Right, so now he's dropping grass. I probably should have done that before we set off. Awesome. So there's nothing I can do about the T4. Is it T? Yeah, T4. There's nothing I can do about T4. That doesn't drop grass. I thought it did, which is a shame. To be fair, we could have used our mowers, but then we'd have to charge Declan, obviously, for the rental costs and stuff, so I don't think he'd actually have us doing the job. But the Sipma mower's fine. Let's get the job done. Here we go. So now we are catching up with the John Deere, as you can see by the grass that he's dropped. Onto this lane. Awesome. So we really need to call someone down at our farm to see if... Well, actually, we can ask Declan first to see if he's got a windrow. I think he might have. But if not, we can just go ahead and get the people down at our farm. One of our workers to come and bring up our windrow. That's also a possibility. So we'll whack on another couple £100 to charge Declan for that if we do. I think he might have one though, if I'm honest. Right, okay everybody, so it turns out Declan does own a windrow. It's currently out on another, well, the tractor was out on another job. But we've just got the tractor and we've took it back to the warehouse and we've got the windrow. So it's only a single windrow, unfortunately. But this tractor, I've never actually seen of his before. It's an Ursus. Don't know much about it. Declan always goes for the cheap tractors. Cheap but powerful tractors, actually, because the Ursus is pretty powerful for its size. So we're just taking this in to here now. You can see everybody else is parked up waiting for this because there's literally nothing that can be done until we finish this. So what we're going to do is we'll turn the rest of them off while we're here. There we go. We'll turn the New Holland off. And we'll turn the John Deere off. Should we put one on? No, we're doing. No, we won't. I was going to say, should we put the forager on follow me? But no, we won't bother doing that. So what we're going to do is pull this out of here. Unfold it down like this. Now I'm assuming this windrow's to the right because there's that shield there. So let's go ahead and make a start with this. So yes, it does go to the right. So what I'm going to try and do is, I don't know if it will work, but we're going to try and make a double row, if that makes sense. So basically what I mean by that is we'll windrow this and then we'll windrow the next part into the same row. Well, we'll do our best to do that anyway. It'll make sense when we do it, hopefully anyway. That's if it will work. So we're just going to collect all of this stuff here. Now, if I knew Dodgy Declan's windrow was a single row, I probably would have gone and got my own from Thornton Farm, but oh well. We'll work with what we got. Okay, so let's... I didn't mean to do that. We're going to lift it up, sorry. My bad. So now what we're going to do is basically drive with this like that, and we're going to try and make one big row sort of thing. Hopefully that's actually working, because at the moment it looks like we're just windrowing the same row, but there was a row right next to us. Right, so there we go. This is now working. Slowly but surely we're going to make one big row. Bits like this where it's more effective. So now we're making one row with a lot of like capacity, if that makes sense. Should work. Like here as well, because we've got two rows here. And we don't want to get too close to the wall, because obviously the forager won't be able to get in there anyway. Let's go ahead and put this back into first. And we'll lower it down again. So, although there's a row right next to us, we're actually going to keep it like this, because there's a row here, and then we can merge these two, etc, etc. So by now, hopefully you know what the hell I'm doing, because I actually don't. I'm sure you guys know more than me at this point. But yes, we're just going to windrow this, we'll pick it up in the forager. Now, as the forager is so small, what we're going to do is just dump it, basically. Like we did on when we went to Cobra Park Farm. So that's essentially what we're doing again. Right, let's go ahead, start this row here again. Awesome, so now we're collecting these bits here. Right, okay everybody, so we've just finished up windrowing this front bit here. We've still got the back to do, but I wanted to go ahead and get this sorted as soon as possible. So what tractor shall we use? I think we'll use the Kubato, just for power's sake. So we'll disconnect that. Go ahead and get her booted up. Come on. Power. Now, once again, I'm pretty sure this is going to fill up pretty quick, because Dodgy Declan's only got a small forager. So what we're going to do is find a nice little pile somewhere and either collect it later or just let it rot into the ground sort of thing. Probably going to collect it and turn it into food for our cows if possible. So we'll go ahead, boot her up, let the RPMs get to where they want to be, and we'll start collecting this. So we'll lower the pickup. And yeah, we'll begin connecting. Collecting, sorry, my bad. We'll try and get as much as we can done, because some of the windrows are a bit messy, as you can tell. That's because we're doing it all manually. Nowhere GPS was involved during the making of this film. We still got to do the whole of the other side yet. And we're already 65% full, so we'll be lucky to get 2 rows in, I reckon. So let's collect this row here. Awesome. Gotta try and keep on track. It's a bit hard when you're in third person, but I want to give you guys some stuff to look at. Oh gosh, we're nearly on 100% already. 96, 98, 99, 100. Cool. So we'll lift up the pickup. Now, where should we put our pile? That's the question. I think we're going to put it right here, if I'm honest. So we'll back up. Here should do nicely, I reckon. Right next to the bush, so it's not too in sight, if that makes sense. So we'll go ahead and just tip this here, I reckon. Awesome, so there's the start of our pile there. Now, where did we get up to? I can't remember what row we were on. Here it is. Just carry on where we left off. I think that's going to be the easiest thing to do. Just collect the bit we missed. Lift the pickup and continue where we left off, which was right here. Awesome. So yes, now I need to find a bucket that actually lets me pick up the grass. I'm pretty sure I got one somewhere in my mods folder. So just basically a question of finding out which one it is. Oh gosh. Probably should have done the headland first. In fact, we're going to go into the headland now, I think. Come on. Bit wonky. I should probably be using a much less sensitive force feedback option, I reckon. Go into this one. So yes, I've made my mind up. When we finish this, we are going to collect all the grass probably off camera and take it to our main farm. Give it to our cows. I think that's going to be the best thing to do. Unless, of course, Dodgy Declan wants it, which I highly doubt because he doesn't have any animals. So there's that row done. Need to clean that one up in a minute because it was a bit wonky when we set off. Whoa, get on track. My force feedback is way too high today. Should probably adjust that. 85, 88, 90, 91, 97, 100. Right, this is not very big at all, actually, this trailer. I thought it was a bit bigger than that. We're already getting 6,000 litres in. That's the same as one of our Heston bales on Nazo Farm. I think. Well, that might be 8,000. Whatever. Pretty close, either way. Let's go ahead and empty that into the pile. We'll just go ahead and collect it bits by bits now. Not really too worried about how neat it is, because as long as we pick it up, it doesn't really matter. In fact, we're going to go around and collect all the bits we've missed, I think. So there's one bit, a little bit more down here, and then we'll go into the full length. I think we've only got one more lane left. Yeah, I believe we've got one more lane left. On this side, anyway. And then we've got to do a whole bunch more windrowing, which I'm not looking forward to. Right, keep it steady this time. Really need to lower my force feedback, but it'll do for now. Right, so we'll follow this all the way around. Hopefully we have enough room left for the rest, because we've only got one and not even half a row left, so... Then we've got to collect all the scrag ends. In fact, there's the outskirts. I forgot about the outskirts. We'll have to get them as well. In fact, we're going to go into this outskirt like this. Collect all that. Awesome. So we get this last main row here, and then we've got to go at the scrag ends around the outsides and all the bits we've missed. Right, so we've got one more load here. In fact, we've pretty much finished this half of the field, so we're going to unload this and begin windrowing again. Okay, we'll go to do a little scrag end run when we've actually finished both sides of the field, I reckon. So let's go ahead and unload to here. Turn that off, and we'll jump back into the... Is that still unloading? Yes, it is. There's no sound anymore. We're going to jump back into the Ursus, and begin this again. But I think for this episode, that's going to do us, because there's only so much you can see me do. It wasn't a normal longer episode, but once again, apparently Dodgy Declan's up to something. So stay tuned to find out exactly what Dodgy Declan's doing with this piece of land here, because there is a not plot twist, but there is a real reason why Dodgy Declan is cleaning up this area. So thank you very much for joining me. If you did enjoy this video, please tap my thumbs up button. It really does mean a lot. Hit subscribe to see more. I've been Simulate Gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.